I'm very, excited to see a lot of the improvements that have taken place in the work of the courts, taking into account all the challenges. Sometime in June, I read the strategic plan that was launched. I think it was launched sometime in June. And I thought that it took into account a lot of the challenges and how to resolve those challenges. I think one of the critical issues is more sensitization. I have a feeling that, of course, the tensions with complementarity and all that we spoke about when you visited. I think that a lot of countries are, will be more willing, and certainly Nigeria. I think that people just I think governments require a bit more assurance, especially on issues of complementarity, and the regional system is important, no question at all. And all the countries adopted the AU adopted this regional system, so there's every reason why we should all cooperate and to work with it. But I am hopeful that in due course we will be able to get to the point where we're working closely with the courts and being able to use the facilities of the courts, and organizations who will be able to use the facilities of the courts. But I personally have followed very closely the work of the courts. As a matter of fact, my very first visit to Arusha was 15 years ago, when I came to the International Criminal Court to do some consulting. I was actually Attorney General in Lagos, Nigeria at the time. I was invited to do some training for prosecutors at the ICC. So I was actually here at that time. That was my first time in Arusha. So I'm very, I believe very strongly in the international court system and regional court systems, especially with respect to the protection of human rights. But there will always be tensions and challenges, especially because states would always be, mindful of their sovereignty and all of that. So it will always be a lot of tensions. But I really want to commend you for the great work that has been going on, and the very many cases that have come before the courts. And many have watched closely, especially the cases on protection of the rights of women, protection and freedom of information, and those sorts of things. I think they've been really, they pointed in the right direction, and I think that we're all proud of the work that you're doing. I'm very proud of it.